Did you think you had seen everything in Terminator 2 No Fate once you beat the game? Well, not quite. This is one of those titles filled with secrets that only appear after the credits roll, and some of them completely change how you understand the story and even the gameplay. Today, we're going to take a look at the 7 most insane and hidden secrets that only those who went all the way to the end can discover. And I guarantee you, the last one on the list is mind-blowing. I'm Matthew, and the video starts now. Boss Rush mode is the kind of reward that makes you feel like you've truly mastered the game. It only appears after beating the Terminator Kills Dyson route by choosing the Leave the Chip option in level 8. And this specific type of secret is what differentiates a simple ending from a true post-game experience. When you unlock it, it feels like the game is telling you, alright, you survived. Now prove you're the best. What I love most about this mode is how much it tests everything you learn during the campaign. Every boss, one after another, with no room to breathe. It's that moment where every dodge, every shot timing, and every pattern read counts. The first time I entered Boss Rush, I got crushed, but it was the kind of defeat that motivates you. You leave wanting to jump right back in, trying to memorize patterns and optimize your path. And of course, for those who love trophy hunting, this mode is practically a playground. The You're Not the Boss of Me title is the kind of achievement that carries weight. It's not something you get by accident, it's earned through grit, after truly understanding how every villain thinks. It's the kind of challenge that separates those who just played from those who truly dominated the game. Another cool point is how Boss Rush changes the combat dynamics. Without the narrative between stages, everything revolves around pure execution, reflexes, control, and consistency. You start to notice styles and patterns that went unnoticed before. It's almost as if the game says, now, no excuses, just you and them. Ultimately, this secret mode is the cherry on top for anyone who loved Terminator 2D No Fate. It's a love letter to players who enjoy testing their limits, and a gift from the developers to those who don't want the experience to end when the credits finish. It's the kind of content that adds real value and makes you think, this is why I love this game. This is another incredible secret the game hides for those who really go the distance, the Mother of the Future mode. It only appears when you complete the Sarah Kills Dyson route, choosing Reset the Chip and then pull the trigger. It's the kind of sequence that completely changes the tone of the story, and when the mode unlocks, it gives you that feeling of having discovered something only the most dedicated players will see. In this mode, you play as Sarah and John in the future, which completely changes the pace of the gameplay. It's almost like a what if within the game's own universe. The atmosphere is heavier, more tense, and at the same time, there's a sense of broken hope. You feel like you're controlling 2 figures scarred by everything they've lived through. Sarah, now hardened, and John, dealing with the weight of what the future has become. What struck me most was the alternative narrative. It's not just an extra, it's an emotional expansion of what we saw in the main route. The dialogue, the cutscenes, and even the choices provide a new perspective on what it means to fight against fate. It feels like the game is constantly asking you, is it worth trying to change the inevitable? It's the kind of question that sticks in your mind even after turning off the console. And of course, there's the exclusive trophy for this mode, which adds that touch of extra motivation for those who like to achieve everything. It's the kind of reward that comes with weight, something symbolic, showing that you explored a darker and deeper side of the story. It's not just an achievement on your profile, it's a reminder that you witnessed a different version of the future. Mother of the Future mode is one of the smartest and most emotionally impactful additions to the game. It takes the concept of an alternative route to another level and transforms the experience of Terminator 2D No Fate into something much more personal. It's the kind of content that makes you want to replay everything just to see how each choice changes destiny. This secret here is a true reward for those who had the courage to face Terminator 2D on Very Hard, or Judgment Day mode. After sweating to beat it on this insane difficulty, the game surprises you with something that feels like it came straight out of the 90s, a totally legitimate secret cheat menu. And the best part? It doesn't disable trophies. In other words, it's the game saying, you've already proven your worth, now you can have fun however you want. What stands out most is the old school spirit of this unlock. Nowadays, most games simply remove cheats or charge for extra modifiers. But here, the system is a true tribute to the roots of the genre. Infinite health, unlimited continues, infinite pipe bomb grenades, and no time limit. Everything is unlocked. It's the kind of power that completely changes the gaming experience, especially after spending so much time fighting to survive. I like to think of this mode as a form of decompression. You went through hell facing machines, cyborgs, and brutal bosses on very hard. Now, the game hands you total control and says, go out there and have fun. It's incredible to revisit levels with this freedom, exploring every corner without the constant fear of dying. And honestly, that's when you start to notice details you didn't even perceive on the first playthrough. Most interestingly, it maintains the sense of achievement. Unlike using an external code or a hacked save, here, the cheat is a well-deserved prize. It was earned with sweat, with every frustrated attempt and repeated respawn. This gives a different flavor to every explosion and every boss that now falls in seconds under an infinite arsenal. This secret cheat menu is a brilliant touch, something made to celebrate the most dedicated players. It transforms the post-game into a playground of possibilities, while still respecting the effort you put in to get there. It's an old-fashioned reward, designed for those who don't just play to win, but to dominate. This secret of the complete alternative routes is the kind of detail that gives the game a massive amount of longevity. After your first playthrough, usually on the spare Dyson route, the game unlocks not one, but two alternative endings that completely change the course of the story. This is where you realize how much choices truly matter. Sarah killing Dyson and the Terminator killing Dyson. And the most incredible part is that each of these routes opens new paths from level 9 onwards. Playing these routes is almost like experiencing parallel realities within the same world. The version where Sarah pulls the trigger is heavy, emotional, and shows the weight of her trauma. It feels like the game dives deep into the character's psyche. On the other hand, the route where the Terminator kills Dyson is brutal, almost cold, and makes you feel the disconnect between the objective and humanity. It's the kind of narrative contrast that leaves the player thinking long after the credits. These routes aren't just cosmetic variations, they change the structure of the game. Entire stages get new events, enemies appear in different places, and even the AI behavior changes to reflect the consequences of your actions. It feels like the game has a consciousness of its own, reacting to your decision-making style. It's a level of detail that shows the developers care for the concept of multiple futures. What impresses me most is how levels 9+ take on a totally new identity depending on the route. In one, you feel a vibe of resistance, as if you're trying to fix what's left. In the other, the tone is total war, pure destruction, with no room for redemption. Even using the same base environments, the game changes the pacing, the color palette, and even the soundtrack to match the direction of the story. These complete alternative routes are the heart of No Fate's replay value. It's the kind of design that rewards curiosity and the courage to make different choices. Each ending is a version of the same apocalypse, and it's up to you to decide which fate humanity will face. It's hard not to think about the game's name afterward, No Fate. Maybe the real secret is that. This secret of the Judgment Day difficulty for story mode is the kind of bonus that feels tailor-made for those who want to prove they truly master No Fate. After beating the extra modes like Boss Rush, Mother of the Future, and the legitimate cheat menu, the game finally rewards you by unlocking the full, very hard difficulty within the main campaign. And let me tell you, this is where the true challenge really begins. Playing the story mode on this difficulty is a completely different experience. Enemies are more aggressive, reaction times get shorter, and even the moves you thought were safe now require surgical precision. It's the kind of gameplay that separates casual fans from players who study every frame, every pattern, and every blind spot. And when the game shows the name Judgment Day, it really means judgment. The coolest part is that this difficulty isn't just for suffering. It's also essential for those chasing rarer trophies, like Complete Story Very Hard and the coveted Total S rank. These are achievements that don't come by chance, but rather after repeating sections, memorizing strategies, and completely mastering the game's systems. It's the kind of goal that only those who truly love that hardcore challenge will want to reach. Another interesting point is how playing on Very Hard makes you value things that previously went unnoticed. Every grenade, every pixel of HP, every checkpoint becomes a reason to celebrate. Even the atmosphere feels more tense, because you know any mistake could cost you everything. The game shifts from a feeling of frenetic action to survival under pressure, and that makes it even more intense. Unlocking Judgment Day mode for story mode is like unlocking the player's final stage. It's the game looking you in the eye and saying, "You thought you had already beaten fate? Then prove it." It's a fair, brutal reward, perfect for those who find pleasure in mastering the impossible. This secret of the Skynet Secret Finder trophy is one of those details that show how the game considers players who like to explore every last pixel. During the campaign, most people overlook the 9 hidden continues marked with red Skynet logos. But what many don't imagine is that in the postgame, these collectibles gain new value, especially for those chasing S ranks and more demanding trophies. After unlocking level select, the game basically opens the doors to a second journey focused on refinement. Now you can revisit any stage without the pressure of the campaign, searching for each hidden logo calmly, testing routes, and adjusting your performance. It's almost like a second layer of gameplay, as if the true endgame is mastering the game on your own terms. The most interesting part is how these logos transform into more than just simple continues. They become a kind of compass for perfection. Finding them all forces you to observe the environments differently, to look behind every destroyed wall, and to recognize visual patterns that previously seemed like noise. It's the kind of design that rewards attention and curiosity, something few games maintain after you beat them. The Skynet Secret Finder trophy itself is a great example of a smart reward. It encourages exploration without punishing the player. You can do everything at your own pace, using the post-game mode to review what you missed. And when you finally see the trophy notification pop up, there's a real sense of closure, as if you swept every corner of Skynet's ruins on your own. This secret is a love letter to those who like to 100% a game. Terminator 2D No Fate doesn't just challenge your reflexes, it also urges you to be meticulous and detailed. And the best part, it lets you do it without pressure, just for the pleasure of discovery and improvement. It's the kind of postgame that transforms the habit of repeating stages into a true hunt for perfection. This secret of the infinite and arcade modes with maximum rewards is the icing on the cake for No Fate. These are the ultimate tests of skill for those who have been through everything and want to prove total dominance. After beating the game, it challenges you with 2 main goals: 250 kills in infinite mode to earn the Terminator trophy, or finishing the arcade in under 15 minutes to secure the speedrunner trophy. It's the type of postgame that separates those who just finish from those who truly master the system. Infinite mode is pure adrenaline. You feel the weight of real survival, waves upon waves of enemies, increasingly faster, more aggressive, more heartless. Reaching 250 kills is almost an exercise in mental endurance and reflex. It's the perfect mode to apply everything the game taught you before: resource management, attack patterns, and that coolness that only comes after dozens of frustrated attempts. When you hit the 250 mark, the feeling is one of victory against the impossible. Meanwhile, Arcade mode is the complete opposite in pace. It's about pure efficiency. Every second counts. Every mistake costs the run. Beating the 15-minute mark requires not just reflexes, but muscle memory. The mastery of someone who knows the map like the back of their hand. And the most interesting thing is that the game rewards you not just with trophies, but with an authentic sense of fluidity, as if you are in total sync with the game world. These post-game modes shine because they connect everything you unlocked before, from in-game secrets to specific power-ups. Everything that seemed like a detail now becomes a strategic tool. It's as if the game tells you, you learned the rules during the campaign, now break them all. The rhythm is different, more intense and more rewarding, especially when you realize how much you've evolved since your first attempt. In the end, Infinite and Arcade mode are the pinnacle of No Fate's design. Two sides of the same challenge, one of endurance and the other of speed. They are modes built to test limits, but also to celebrate learning. And when the Terminator and Speedrunner trophies appear on the screen, it's not just an achievement, it's recognition that you have completely mastered the chaos of Skynet.